I want to take you back down to Florida, though, to the Kennedy Space Center. We're joined by Congressman Mike Haridopolos of Florida. Congressman, good morning to you, sir. On this launch day, I want to show viewers the headline to a piece you wrote for the Space Coast Daily. The Artemis plan puts NASA back on track to the moon. We've had some viewers this morning asking, why do we need to go back to the moon?
Well, John, thanks for the opportunity to be on this morning. The why we have to go back to the moon is a very logical question. We need to go back to the moon because it is the place to be to eventually make our way to Mars. And of course, there's incredible opportunities on the moon. As you know, in the southern portion of the moon, they might call it the South Pole, there is potentially water. That means hydrogen. That means potentially fuel. And also you have a thing called helium-3 on the moon, which helps us as we move towards more nuclear power here on Earth. The goal long term is to go to Mars. And this will be literally our launching pad to go to Mars because, as you can imagine, these big engines that are needed right here with the Artemis program are needed to get out of our atmosphere. Once we're out of the atmosphere, it's a lot easier to move through space. So that might be our next launching point as we make our way to Mars. And so America is moving in that direction. And I can't forget, of course, the idea why we're in space in general. It's not just for commercial satellites. It's also to protect our military and establish the GPS necessary as we take on different conflicts around the world.
For viewers who aren't familiar with the Space Coast, what is it and where's your district?
My district is in Central Florida on the East Coast. If you know where Kennedy Space Center, almost directly east from Orlando, the center part of the state, down south to Vero Beach. It covers two counties, which is called Brevard County, where Kennedy Space Center in the north end is located here. And then Vero Beach is in Indian River County. It's a area that usually votes red. And it's one in which, again, not only Kennedy Space Center is located, but also you have major programs for space and defense contractors as well. And it's known for its incredible waterways. We have what's called the Banana and Indian River. And of course, we're one of the surfing capitals of the world. You may have heard of places like Cocoa Beach and, of course, the famous Ron John Surf Shop.
And where are you going to be today when the launch happens, if it does indeed go off at 6:24 as planned?
We're very optimistic. I talked to our new amazing NASA Director, Jared Isaacman, who has absolutely hit the ground running. He's been visiting all the different NASA sites around the country. I will be with him today around 6:24. That's the first opening for the launch today. A lot of representatives and senators will be here as well. And we just want to promote how important the space industry is to our country. Again, it's not just a commercial venture or exploration. It is also about national defense. And again, this is a culmination of so many people coming together. It's an incredible team effort to make sure these 4 astronauts are safe as they make their way around the moon for the first time since 1972.
And since you've been so involved in this effort down there at the Kennedy Space Center, can you just explain, if something happens, the weather changes or something this afternoon, what is the backup plan? How many opportunities do we have here over the next couple of days to actually see this launch happen?
Yeah, we have approximately a 5-day window from April 1 through the 6th. And the idea is that the window which you can launch into space is starting today. It's about 6:24 and it progresses a little bit backward each day, meaning maybe 7 o'clock the next day. And this 2-hour launch window is contingent upon many things, not just the weather here, but also for potential safety sites around the world. And so we think it's going to go today. I talked with Jared this morning. It's better than 80% chance. The weather looks fantastic today. Amazing Florida day. It's why people love to vacation here. But we feel really good about today. But if it doesn't happen today, it'll happen tomorrow or the next one. But it's safety first at NASA. We want to protect those astronauts. They're so valuable to us. And we want to make sure this Artemis launch is a great success because this is the first step for us to truly go to the moon. And we anticipate making 2 shots at the moon in 2028.
And finally, Congressman, of course, you're down there and you've been very involved in this effort in your district. How many of your colleagues are down there today? How many members of Congress are going to witness this launch?
As I understand it today, approximately 20 members of Congress will be here. Our leader is Dr. Babin, who chairs the entire Science Committee. He's the former chairman of my committee, the Space Subcommittee. He has been integral in making sure that Artemis happened. Because remember, a few years ago when President Obama chose to eliminate the shuttle program, we were wondering what's next. Well, what's next is Artemis. And we are so excited about getting back to the moon in a couple of years. And we have really come together in a team effort. And as you know, there's a lot more activity here, not just with NASA, but also space SpaceX, Blue Origin, ULA, and so many new companies that realize that space is the future, whether it be for energy needs or computing needs or medical breakthroughs. So it's a big day for NASA, but it's really a great day for America to come together in a bipartisan way to support NASA and our astronauts who are putting their lives in the line to make sure that we make the next step in the age of space.
Florida Congressman Mike Haridopolos joining us on a big day for NASA, a very big day for his district, and we appreciate you making the time.